The third sign, the third road sign, if you will, is that the world will unite in hatred against Israel, and the city of Jerusalem would be the cause of this hatred. Let us turn to Zechariah chapter 12, verses 2 and 3. Watch this. Behold, this is God himself speaking through the prophet. I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling. Let me just break that down there for you for a second. That cup of trembling in the Hebrew language is one word. It's ra. Here's what the word means. It means drunk out of your mind with hatred. Do you see the hatred in our world rising today? And it's all about Jerusalem. It's not about a president. It's not about a political party. I wish somebody would hear this message this morning. He didn't say, I will make an American president a cup. No. I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in siege both against Judah and Jerusalem. And here it is again, in that day. Somebody shout, that day. We're talking about end times here, somebody. That day, themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth shall gather together against it. Let me just put a little side note in here. It says that there's going to be a burdensome stone, and the people who come and try to move that stone, it says that they're going to be cut to pieces. That phrase in the Hebrew language actually means to cut your gut. We might call it a hernia today. How many of you know when you try to move a burdensome stone, it's something that's heavy, you're going to cut your gut? Oh, come on, church. Listen to me. Listen to me. You try to move that stone, you got a hernia coming. When you try to move Jerusalem, honey, you're flirting with disaster. So first of all, church, do you see why we, at the worship center, why we stand so strongly with Israel? Amen. Genesis 12:3. Bless my people, I'll bless you. You come against my folk, honey, you don't know what you're messing with. Now remember, this prophecy couldn't have even happened prior to 1967, because Jerusalem didn't belong to the Jews then. There's a hatred toward Israel today. There's a hatred to the Jewish people. As a matter of fact, most of the hate crimes in the United States are against Jews. Did you know that? I've never seen a movement called JLM. Oh, that just went right over your head. Thank you. Most hate crimes in our country, but it's not reported on the news. Why? Because it doesn't fit their narrative. Well, I don't know. Somebody needs to hear that. Let me give you some hard facts. Today, the United Nations refuses to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, even though the United States did. Many of the Islamic nations that surround Israel, including Iran, don't even have Israel on their maps. They refuse to even recognize them as a nation. Jerusalem has become a burdensome stone. These nations, these world organizations, and politicians are drunk with the hatred for her and anyone who stands with her. Couple of quick examples of the United Nations' hatred toward Israel. And then we're done. Between 2006 and 2016, the United Nations Human Rights Council, did you hear what I said there? Human Rights Council formally criticized Israel 68 times for their human rights violation. Watch. That is more than 3 times than that of any other nation on earth. Honey, that includes China. That includes North Korea. That includes Iran. That includes Cuba. That includes Nigeria. Come on, does somebody hear what I'm saying? Oh, but the human rights violators are the Jews. Are you kidding me? Drunk with hatred. From 2012 to 2015, the United Nations signed a total of 97 resolutions. 83 of them were against Israel. Drunk with hatred. Absolutely drunk with hatred toward that nation. Let me put a bow on this thing. There's 3 irrefutable signs. No debate. Number 1, Israel becoming a nation in 1948. Jerusalem coming under Israeli control, 1967. And the current hatred that is still escalating toward that little country over a little city, more importantly, 35 acres, called the Temple Mount. The hatred is rising toward the nation of Israel. I'm here to tell somebody this morning, as Jesus said in Matthew 24, we are that generation that he spoke of. I'm here to tell somebody we are living in the day of Yeshua HaMashiach and his soon return. If that doesn't excite you, honey, I don't know what will.
To every nation, to every generation, to all creation, to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ. To every nation, every generation, to all creation, to proclaim the gospel